All
This
right.
one.
Well, hello and welcome everybody to another edition of Terra Third Thursday. Um, if you've been around these before, you know we always wait a couple of minutes to make sure that people are able to log in, not having any issues with the technology, which has switched up since last time, and it's still a little bit weird, at least for us on our end. And so we'll make sure everybody has an opportunity to finish up any phone calls, deal with any of these technology issues. So we'll start, promptly here at 3:02 Eastern time. So just we appreciate those who made it on time, and just chill out for a minute, and we'll get started here in about a minute 30. So thank you all for being here. All right, we got another person to join us here. Again, we just kind of are going to give everybody a moment. We are going to hold off. We start at 3:02 Eastern, and just to give anybody who's having technical issues the opportunity to get on, or if they were on a previous meeting to finish up that call and get on board. And we will start promptly in about 60 seconds.
All right.
So you guys, yeah, Frank, Andrew, you can mill around, shadow box, kind of get yourself ready. You got to bring some energy to this today.
Well, accidentally on purpose hit me. I try that. How's the attendance so far? How's the attendance? We have two.
Uh, no, I see where that's us. So the panelists and the organizer, we've got
Okay, we have two. All right.
Brian. Brian's on the line, so he's checking
All
in.
right. Excellent.
Oh, there's Mr. Zepper from DMD all the way out in Arizona. How about that? Uh, we got our friend Mike Schuler, Robbie Seagroves, and Robert, I believe, is a potential new member. I think he's the one I spoke to earlier in the week, working on finalizing their R2V3, have gone through all the audits and whatnot, and are now waiting for that letter to come from Siri to say you made it. So we're looking to, continue to add to our membership as this organization continues to grow. We start attracting, some new potential great members. So um, with that, I think we'll start kicking things off here.
All right. Let's do
So
that.
everybody, welcome again to the November edition of the Terra Third Thursday webinar. Um, for those of you that have done this before, everyone's in listen only mode. That's on the attendee side. So please use either the chat feature or the question feature to ask any questions during the process. I'll be monitoring that. I'll be sitting here with these guys as we just kind of have a conversation today about the key factors when selecting the right repair partner. Um, they're going to share their expertise with you. I'll be listening in, asking questions that I think maybe you all would ask, and then of course I will be asking the questions you all pose. So we'll try to keep this light and quick. These sessions are maximum 45 minutes. We try to keep them that way. So with that said, we're going to get things started. I'm going to go over a couple of just announcements from the Terra side, and then I will introduce our presenters and we'll move on. So let me get going here. First, I want to recognize some of our members that are renewing as of this month, our November webinar or November members. And I do believe, as I'm looking at this list, every single one of these is one of our founding members, folks that have been with us since at least 2020. So that's Sadoff, e-recycling and data destruction up there in Wisconsin, New Tech Corporate Electronics Recycling, MRC Midwest Recycling Center, Thanks for Being Green, who is a key supporter of ours in one of our digital inclusion programs we had in the city of Philadelphia. Kusakowski and C2 Management, who is our most recent addition to our sponsors of our Done With It program, our mail-in recycling program, our on-site collections program, that kind of umbrella program that we do for consumer and brand engagement to get people talking about why certification matters. So they're a critical ally in that. And that leads us to then our allied members. Those are the folks that we have on board that provide the ongoing products and services that you guys use on a daily basis. Um, global, we got RGX, the Recycle Global Exchange. Encourage anybody that has not signed up with them yet. It's free for Terra members. Get involved in that program. It's a great way to get incremental business in the door. And then we have the Reverse Logistics Association. They are renewing with us, and they've actually offered us Terra a booth at the upcoming RLA uh, conference in Las Vegas. So I'll be happy to go see them and hopefully some of you all there. Um, got some big news to share today, which is as of Tuesday this week, uh, Tara and the Done With It program signed an agreement, a statement of work with Walmart, where we are going to be doing a test project in 110 stores in Tennessee, a few in northern Alabama, mostly in Tennessee, a few stores in northern Alabama, northern Georgia, and western North Carolina, where we're going to be collecting holiday lights, Christmas strand lights, between now and January 7th. Uh, Colt Recycling, which is based in North Carolina and very close to the Walmart Regional Center, is the partner that has been selected to support this for this beta test. We're looking forward to having this be a really excellent way for us to get, Terra membership out into the press, the Terra program, why certification matters, and partnering with, this big umbrella around a partnership with Walmart that we're expecting great things out of in the future. Things go well this year, we'll be looking to expand and roll this out nationally and get many more of our members involved. But this is a test program, so we're trying to keep things very tight, very simple this first go around, but looking for some very exciting things to happen this year and next as we expand that relationship. So with that, I will move on to our presentation today. The key factors when selecting the right repair partner. Um, Again, I mentioned any questions during the process, use the chat feature, use the questions feature. I'll be monitoring it. But today, our host company is RELECTRO, which is one of our certified members. Most of these shows are put on by our allied members because we talk about things like insurance or fire safety or things that sort of thing. But today, we're going to be talking kind of more of a ITAD conversation. So we're pleased to have them be our host today. And our presenters that'll be with me today, actually, they're the presenters. I am kind of just supporting them. Frank Giordani, who is the Director of Wholesale Sales. He's got 27 years of wireless community experience, a tremendous amount of experience in this space. He began way back in 1995 in the accounting department of a small wireless insurance company. And just a couple of years later, he transitioned to a startup company that remanufactured wireless devices for the insurance world. Later on, he had his own repair and wholesale company, buying and selling and developing markets for anything that he could get his hands on. And for the last year, he has been with RELECTRO in this position as the Director of Wholesale. Andrew Kevich is a newbie to the folks at RELECTRO, having joined the team back in just September 2023 for just a few months. He also is a wireless mobility veteran. He started his career with Nextel and Sprint in the kind of direct sales and the management side of the house. He transitioned into hardware asset management and mobile device buyback. He was responsible for go-to-market strategies, partnerships, and execution, and he's doing similar kind of work as the director of strategy for education, enterprise, and partner programs. So with that set up, boys, take it away.
Thank you for that wonderful intro.
Thank you, Steve.
On behalf of Frank and myself and Electro, we want to welcome everybody here today and thank you for your valuable time. First of all, welcome to our humble office. This is our corporate office. We're sitting above a 40,000 plus square foot facility downstairs. We are located in beautiful Telford, PA, in Pennsylvania. And for Steve, I did this, especially here for Steve. He asked me actually, where is Telford in affiliation with the rest of the world? So we're actually north, actually south of Philadelphia. And I looked this up a few minutes ago. So Steve, just so you know, we're 28 miles from the Liberty Bell. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Since you're a Rocky fan, we're 26 miles from the Art Museum Rocky statue. And for all you foodies out there, we're 29 miles from Geno's and Pat's for all you cheesesteak lovers. And I bring that up because we had a discussion prior, and everybody will ask about where's the best cheesesteak. And feel free during the question and answer, we can talk about that. So
Yes, I know. I know. Yeah, Frank, you have your own favorite.
yeah, so there you go. So we have a nice topic today. It's going to be interactive. It's something that all of us are a part of. It affects all of us. We're going to keep it interactive, simple, relevant, and we'll get ready to go. I should acknowledge that, yes, we are Electro. We've been in business for 12 years now. Our leadership team consists of two industry veterans, Brian Early and Chris Hawk. They're innovative, they're seasoned, they know what they're doing. They've both been in the industry for 25 plus years. So great. So that's it's a good thing to know. We know what we're doing. We've seen it all. So that's great to good. So anything else on that? You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Okay. All
All
right.
right.
So when we're thinking about topics, Steve said, "What are you guys going to talk about? Tell me, what are you guys going to talk about?" So Frank and I were talking. Let's make it something relevant that everybody has interest in. So two things that come up in today's world is obviously AI and data security. When I'm at a trade show, I'm watching the news, those two things come up. So guess what? AI, that'll be the next presentation for somebody else. We're not going there. So we had to do something with data security, and we entrenched into what we know in our industry. So we came up with the title Key Factors When Selecting the Right Repair Facility with an emphasis on data security. And we came up with, 5 or 6 key critical points. I'm going to go through them, and there we go, like that. So we're going to talk about certifications. I'm going to bring up R2B3, which obviously is responsible for recycling secure data. Boom, right there. ISO 9001, quality management. ISO 14001, environmental. Now, that whole section there is key, so we're going to come back to it later. I want to go to other key factors so we can kind of talk through it. A couple things when you're looking at a repair agency that are pivotal and important. Number one, portal. Portal is very necessary right now. It shows transparency. It's real-time reporting, real-time shared info with the repair facility and the customer. It shows the customer, it gives you customer trust. The customer has trust in you. You then start your strategic partnership, and it tells that customer you stand behind your work, and that's a nod, that's a plus, and that's needed in 2023 and beyond. Another key factor is turnaround time. And the thing with turnaround time is set expectations. If it's going to be 24 hours, if it's going to be 5 days, if it's going to be 10 days, you have to honor that, keep expectations, and keep the trust between the repair facility and the customer working together, trusted advisor, trusted partner. Another thing is location. It's not as important as the others, but its location should not be a deterrent. You want a place that's centrally located, easy to get to from the highways, easy access, a good loading dock. So there you go with that. Just don't let it be a deterrent. Another thing is multiple product repair. You don't just want to be a one product shop. It's good to be the best in one thing, but it helps as you partner with your customer, as you grow in the future together, that off starts, repairing other things. Like if someone's just doing hand subs, go into laptops, Chromebooks, iPads, maybe other electronic repair products. So, and we grow together with my customer. That was fun. And then another issue or another point is really current technology. I'm going to swing it over to Frank on current technology.
Well, current technology should have we have a central database that we enter all of the devices that appear or show up to our facility. Every device is logged in by the serial number of the device and assigned an asset tag so that we can track it easily throughout the system, which then can also tie back into the portal for ease of use for you to look up your devices easily. We have a third-party sanitization program, which as you plug in each device, it loads the device into the program and erases all the customer data in there. It creates a separate log proving that it has been in fact sanitized and cleared of all previous data, so it can be reused again.
What's your been on that particular point? I know
Yep.
that's difficult for a lot of customers to swallow, is the fact that they're not going to have their just devices physically shredded, their data bearing devices. Do you find? I mean, how do you approach that conversation with your customers to convince them that sanitization is through software is adequate and is really a much better move?
Right. Well, we do explain to them that you know, this program has been approved by the R2V3 organization. It is managed not just by us, but by a third party who audits that program also and loads in the technology needed to recognize each individual phone. And on top of that, we take it one step further here and do a manual audit of the handsets after they're sanitized to to basically verify that the program did what it was supposed to do. So we literally power on the phone again and go through it and double check to make sure there's no pictures of no, you know, contacts in there, any type of apps or anything. It's all set back to the original specs. And then we keep those logs so that we can prove that we've gone back and audited against the program that we utilize in house.
Sorry, I cut off your train of thought. I
Yeah,
apologize.
got me. That's okay. So on top of that, we make those results available either by request to our customers through email or live through the portal for some of our customers. They're able to log on at any time and see what's going on with their product and see where it lies within our system. Um,
So on the technology side, it sounds like there's some pretty significant investments here. You have to have the technology to be able to
Absolutely.
create the portal. You got to have the technology to be able to do these wipes, and then I would imagine if you're doing multiple devices, that you've got to have readily available instructional guides for your team to be able to switch from device to device and be able to do the Q&A and troubleshooting that it requires. Is there a separate system for that, or how do you kind of train up on that piece of it?
there's a continuous, constant training going on
Yes.
on the tech floor down there at all times. We have team leads for each one of the different programs. We have managers over top of those team leads, making sure that they understand exactly what's going on. The team leads computers, each one of them has a file in the like what we call the management drive, where they can look up if they forget or they just want to refresh themselves on what the process is per model or per even client, what the client is looking for. They're able to punch that up on their computer at a moment's notice and refresh themselves if one of us isn't around.
Yeah, I
Any other
imagine
questions?
between that and just the idea of just how hard it is to keep employees. I mean, you guys must maintaining that knowledge base internally is got to have high costs and time investment related to that.
It does, but it also serves us going forward, as you mentioned. You know, retaining employees and everything. It makes it a little bit easier going forward. If we do unfortunately lose an employee or something like that, that we have this knowledge here. It didn't leave with the employee. We can easily train the next person.
And it's funny you brought that up because we just had 3 employees celebrate 10-year anniversaries. And there's a few
Yeah,
more on the docket. So yeah, a lot of employees are long term here, been here for at least a decade plus. So that tells you something.
yeah. And the one thing that you basically you guys just outlined kind of 5 points. The portal to have trust, turnaround time, location being important, um, multiple product being able to handle refers of multiple products, and then current technologies. Um, I didn't. I noticed that you didn't have cost on here or price. That you delivered these services well and
Yeah,
professionally. That becomes less of a conversation
correct.
because you know
Quality.
nothing is nothing costs too much. It's just undervalued. So when you bring extra value to the table, you get what you deserve and richly deserve. So
Correct.
yeah, that's an important. It's a very important piece that I think sometimes people miss on the ITAD side. That if the folks that a lot of times that have more of a that are on the e-scrap side of things kind of think in terms of commodities and pricing and buying material and flipping it. But what you all are doing is really adding value to something
And
that
when you add value to it, we brought up partnerships before. That's how partners and repair facilities grow together. If it's just based on price, it's short-lived.
mhm.
Long-term is quality and long-term relationships and long-term partnerships and growth for both sides. So that's how we think. So,
So without giving too much of your secret sauce away, I mean, what is it that, you know, what are the kind of the key points that when you're talking to prospects and customers, kind of really locks them in on working with you guys?
um, the belief in quality, letting know that you're not just a customer, you're a partner. We listen, and when you listen, you hear their pain points, their needs. You fulfill those needs, pain points, work together, open communication. And obviously, we'll talk a little bit about that with ISO 9001. So, that's part of the quality management side of the house. So, but that's the key thing. We believe in growing together with our partners. Like I said, not just a customer, a partner.
Hmm.
Holding hands, listening to each other, what works, what doesn't work, how can we work this out, how can we find resolutions, and let's move forward, smile, grow revenue, grow the partnership. Is that good?
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. I apologize, everybody. I tend to yammer and then I
Yeah,
ask questions.
it's and we really want to be more than just a repair facility. We like to think ourselves as a central point for secure device management. Central point for secure device management, not just the repair facility. Does that make a little more sense?
It
Does that
does.
round it out?
So yeah, so talk a little bit about that secure side, that security piece.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go into the certifications. Not so much what they are, but why it matters, why it's important, why it's critical. If I'm a customer, I want to know who's touching my data, where is it going, how is it validated. So that's why we're rounding out. We're going to bring in, we mentioned 3 certifications. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how it all comes together with that. So, I mentioned R2V3. Obviously, that's the standard for compliance, and that provides the labeling, the testing, the grading. We all, everyone on this call knows all about that. But it's even bigger than that. It improves health and safety. It keeps data secure. It reduces impact on environment. These are all pluses that an end user wants to hear. So that's why it's all about, R2B3. That's why it's so, so important. And that's why anytime you're doing business with somebody, you want to make sure they have that certification. Then if we jump into ISO 9001, that's the quality standard. That's the quality management side. That's what we just spoke about. That's the part
Hmm.
that gives customer confidence. We work together, find resolutions, listen to each other, process, improving the process, ongoing optimization, audits, reviews, and so forth. So that's what we strive for. And I don't want to be like spending too much about the partnership, but I'll mention it one more time. We seek, we love, we urge, and we encourage strategic partnerships with our customers. And then I hate to use the term customer because we call them partners. So
Hmm.
that's pretty much that. So that's the quality. We focus on quality management. That's my side. And then, on the environment side, on the 4501,
4,501.
45,001, go ahead. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that. On the environment side, we're focused on keeping the devices out of landfills and making sure that anything that can't be sanitized or properly erased gets sent to the downstreams that we have set by the R2V3, and those downstreams are qualified um, through the V3 organization, that they are then destroying or shredding the devices to once again keep them out of landfills and um, reuse the metals and the precious metals in the phones, in the laptops, tablets, or any other electronics that we're sending through this facility. Um,
Hmm.
we audit those companies on a continuous basis, making sure they're following all the proper channels that R2 dictates, and we're tracking their when their certifications are up to make sure that they renew their certifications on time, um, just to make sure that our product, once it leaves here, it's not out of our hands. We got to make sure that it follows the proper channels after it leaves here too, as far as the devices, they can't be sanitized
Hmm.
properly. So we make sure that that all stays out of the landfills, um, following all the guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big charge of what what Tara's here and what we're trying to do is there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. I mean that certification. I mean, for you all being just a fly on the wall for many of our members over these last year or so, in a year and a half as they were going to V3, the hoops that you all had to jump through to keep the R2 certification and move on to the next version of it was incredible. And it doesn't just end there. It's like you constantly have to keep looking at your downstreams and evaluating them and asking questions and going on site visits and making sure they're doing it the right way and keeping on them to maintain their certifications as well. That, you know, that's such a positive message to be putting out into the marketplace right now because there are so many people that just don't know. Even those that do, it's like they kind of basically get it at a very high level. It's like I got to have a certified recycler. I got to have a certified ITAD partner. Um, they're looking for the logos. They're looking for e-stewards. They're looking for R2 because they know that that means quality, but they really don't know everything that you all do to maintain that. And it's been a challenge for us to try to start to educate that marketplace as to what you guys do, and I'm in awe of it. Um, so I'm sure it's very even difficult for even some of your partners that have worked with you and have been to your facilities to digest everything that you guys do.
Yeah, that's a sustainability side of it, and that's another buzzword, and that's important. And that's something we like to promote too. On that side. Do you have any other questions for us? I know.
Well, let's see here. I have looking here at our attendees. They're being pretty quiet. I mean, at least I'll usually get somebody say, "Oh, I can't hear you" or something weird like that
Yeah.
in the chat function, but nothing has come in just yet. Um, well, let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit more about the security side. Other examples of how you maintain security of material and data within the facility.
Obviously, we have like secured caging, which is important to our customers. Authorized personnel only, cameras 24/7, security guard,
Guards.
so forth. Yeah, touch on
Now,
that a
were
little.
the guards, the actual physical guards, were they components of the V3, or is that something that you all are doing in addition to?
We're doing that in
Yeah.
addition to um, everything else
Hmm.
that we're required to do. That's just an extra layer on top that we're doing. Um, and the guard's stationed at the entrance, so every time anybody, including myself or Andrew, comes or goes from the facility, we have to walk through the metal detectors, and
Yeah.
it just keeps everything secure, make sure nothing's coming in and going out.
Yeah.
Um, with the security cage, whenever we receive product, it comes in through the dock, and the first stop is right into a lock cage, labeled with
Hmm.
our partner's information, what purchase orders it came under, what control numbers we're going to process the whole batch under, and that cage is monitored and authorized personnel only. So only the people that are instructed to go in there and remove the product and bring it out to the floor when we're ready are allowed to do so. And then from there, everything's scanned directly into our central database and logged in underneath those control numbers. So we know exactly what we received, how many there were, and we can track them through the whole system at all times. And if for some reason one device wanders off or something, we're able to see where it last was, and track that down. So the
So for you, so for you all, yeah, our membership is pretty diverse, and the folks that are R2 B3 are very diverse. They have all these different appendices now as to what you are, kind of certified to do. Um, do you find yourselves doing a lot of work with, other certified facilities that maybe just don't have the same like ITAG capability as you all have, that you're bringing in material to kind of help them, you know, ex- get earn more dollars on the equipment that's coming in their door?
I like to, yeah, I mean, with everybody that I talk to and work with, I like to offer our services, but also hear about what they do also, because I don't feel like any one facility can do everything. So yes, I mean, we're working with a lot of other R2 companies, ITAD companies, E-Steward companies that, you know, they're able to, process certain models, certain devices. We're able to do certain models, certain devices, and we can work together to make sure that everything is done properly. So
Hmm.
sometimes, we're clearing, all their cell phones, their tablets, their laptops, and all that, and they're taking a couple of our devices and running them through their place, and helping us out,
Yeah.
when need. So it's truly a partnership that we try to create between ourselves and our partners.
Oh, very good. And that's something, again, from the Terra side that we want to be encouraging as much as possible. It's not just, oh, let's see, we got a question coming in here. What are the ongoing rates for data sanitization?
Ongoing rates?
Yes. Now, that's a pretty loaded question. I mean, it covers a lot of ground.
That is, it would really depend
Oh,
on
yeah.
what the models are, like
Device models.
device models. Tablets take a lot longer to sanitize and to clear than a cell phone. Some cell phones take a lot longer.
The question, no, he just we came back and said cell phones. So I guess he's specific to wanting to know that.
Yeah.
Looking for a quote online here. All right, you guys
Well,
are. I can
online.
see you sweating it a little bit.
I am sweating a little bit. That's actually something that I can't,
Yeah.
answer over the.
Would have to know more. We need
Yeah,
more
there's a
information.
lot more information
Yeah.
needed.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, so Elvin, we'll have to connect you with these
You can
guys
reach out
after
to me,
the
Alvin.
um,
Scope of work.
to make
Nice.
sure you get the answer you need specific. Yeah, because kind of doing it through this you know by typing isn't probably going to make it happen. So we'll connect everybody else afterwards. Um.
But Elvin has our information, so we will connect afterwards.
Oh, okay.
All
Perfect.
right.
Yeah. So I was just saying it's one of the I think one of the benefits, hopefully, that people start would utilize really well as being a part of Terra. I mean, we're now 70 members, 70 certified members that operate 112 facilities, mostly here in North America, but we have facilities in 9 countries. Um, we're expanding, on an ongoing basis. We started from, one member and as a beta project back 5 years ago, and now we've grown pretty rapidly and during some difficult times. Uh, that we're a resource here for people out there. It's you want to start making some connections. We can do some matchmaking for our members. We can provide our members, anybody at any time, with an updated list of our member directory, so they can make phone calls, emails, or whatever. We have our list serve where you can reach out to people and ask questions and make introductions. So kind of utilize the resources we have here within the organization to more easily connect with your fellow colleagues, get some more business, and start
You have an
maximizing some
internal
revenue
market.
streams.
You have an internal marketplace.
What's that?
You have an internal marketplace
Well,
where
we kind of we do, in the sense that our listserv kind of functions in that manner, but we're 2024, I think, is the year we're actually going to get something where people can start buying and selling with one another much more effectively. And then the RGX platform, one of our members, they do that as well.
Okay.
Oh, Mike Schuler's got a question. If we wanted to utilize you as an ITAD depot, would that be something you would be interested in offering? If so, what is the monthly minimum for volumes?
All right. All right. The answer is, I will say yes, and yes for a discussion to discuss that. How's that sound?
There we go.
All right.
All right,
Is that
you got that, Mike?
Mike?
All right. So what else? Just do an all call for any more questions from our attendees, and then for you all, some final parting nuggets of wisdom that you want to pass along from being in this industry for 27 plus years.
Yes.
What do people need to really know?
What do people really need to know? All right. You want to start since you've been in the industry for 27 years? Now, first of all, for those that ask questions, we will definitely follow up. I will make sure that you have our word. As far as scope of work and pricing, we will talk about that after. Second of all, we look as a company, we look forward to the marketplace you're going to put out in 2024. If you want any help, feel free to call us here. I personally would love to help with that. Number three, this is my first time on the call. I think this is a great opportunity for people in the industry to share stories, issues, pain points, where we can openly discuss it, and we'll say a non-competitive environment. Anyone can throw something out and somebody will answer the question. Hopefully, I know we all know this industry, but hopefully maybe something was learned today. That we kept it very basic. We kept it, obviously, verbally we couldn't interact, but they can shoot some questions out there. But hopefully we did learn something, maybe something that we said you never went through, or maybe on the partner side of it, maybe turnaround time, you didn't realize that was important, or even location, maybe you didn't know that was important. Obviously, all the certifications are important. I'm going to emphasize that. All those certifications are very important if you want to succeed in this industry. That's kind of my thoughts on that in a general way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the certifications are a must. I mean, they are something that needs to be focused on and maintained. And I know this was my first audit that I've ever been through with R2. Just last winter, about this time last year, we started going through it, and I saw everything that went into it and everything that they check and monitor and make sure that these facilities, ours and everybody else that's part of the R2 V3 community, has to abide by. And it was just incredible to me to see everything that went into it and what they're checking and making sure that all the different steps that they go through. And to the credit of everybody here, when we went through it, they did our audit, and we had no breaches or any type of security, anythings, no dings, nothing we had to fix. Passed with flying colors the first time. So
Wow.
that was a credit to all the preparation and the diligence of the staff here, and specifically, the gentleman that heads it up, Chris Hawk, our president, just did a fabulous job. So it's something to witness is that audit.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you recall, did you have any consultants, or did you all just do it yourselves?
We do have an independent consultant that comes in ahead of time to do a prep with us and everything, and just double check.
Yeah, that's always smart. Very good.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. There's so many little details to what they could pull up. it helps to have that other set of eyes to check things out and maybe think of something that you didn't think of.
So yeah, so Frank, what is that thing that you got there? It's too small. I can't see it anyway on my side.
That was
Maybe.
the Happy National Repair Done Right Month. There, put that
Ah,
up. So it was covered there, but I had our logo on top of it for a little while. Shameless plug. But
We chose a topic
yeah,
without knowing that that's
yeah.
what this month was.
well, you can't plug your logo, too frequently, huh? I mean, it's just you have to do that.
And you can see ours, right? We have it in the background.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, absolutely. It's a bullseye right in the center.
but you drag yours off through the house, so that's even a respect.
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it follows me. What I need to do is like get some sort of like something I can wear like behind me. Just kind of like hangs
Yeah,
over my shoulders.
gotcha.
That's nice. A little cape.
Yes.
Get you a
A
cape.
cape, a Terra
Thank you.
cape.
Mm,
Oh, I could have fun with that.
there you
Just
go.
like
And the next show that you go to,
you never.
come out.
Yeah, when I get these kind of wild hair ideas,
Yeah.
He's
because
gonna
I'm
be
not.
giving away capes at the
Yeah.
next event.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to look goofy. I love that kind of stuff.
Right. And anybody, our names are listed on the Terra site and your emails. So just, link up with us on LinkedIn. We'd love to talk to everybody and anybody about future opportunities.
Yeah, these guys are in the member directory, so if you haven't
Yeah.
requested one in a while, holler at me. We'll get you
Yeah.
one sent out immediately.
And
They're
I'll
always
throw it out
available
there.
on demand.
Even if you want to talk about what's the best cheesesteak, we can go there too. We're
Yes,
open.
that's correct. Because
Open,
Frank
open
apparently is
debate.
the Swanson TV dinner cheesesteak.
Nice.
The uh
Yeah.
the suburban cheesesteak of Philadelphia.
Yes. Yes.
Well, guys, thank you very much for being our hosts this month. I really appreciated it and enjoyed our conversation here. And look at this. I told you it was going to go fast. A couple
Yeah.
minutes left on the clock, but I think, it's always nice to finish things not just on time, but a little early. It's always good. So,
Well, with that being said, we want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
allowing us to come into your living room or office, and so to speak. And we want to wish everybody a happy, healthy Thanksgiving holiday next week. Enjoy the downtime with your family and all the football games on TV.
excellent. Yes, again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We may
Thanksgiving.
be doing one in December. One of these typically we don't. So but if we do, we'll obviously start promoting it here pretty quickly. And we'll look forward to having our third season of Terra Third Thursday beginning in January. So thanks everybody. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks guys. Frank,
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
y'all take care. All right. Bye bye now, everyone.
All right, bye.